So it's a hot rod Maserati.
Yep, we just turned it into a hot rod a couple of years ago.
What was the original engine in it?
It was the original flawed, if you will.
Yeah.
3-liter Maserati carbureted engine, blown through the carburetor. Bad idea, although Bentley did it in the 20s. They didn't learn anything from Bentley.
No, they're Italians.
They're Italians. They had some strange Teflon seals between the inner liners of the cylinders and the bottom end of the engine. They leaked.
So you pulled it out?
So I finally said enough was enough.
Yeah.
If we can find a 2.8 liter relatively modern engine, we'll have that completely rebuilt and turn it into a hot rod. If not, it's out of here.
All right, and so that's what you did.
And so we found, actually in Seattle,
Yeah.
a engine from the 228, completely torn down. All the ferrous parts were magnafluxed, all the aluminum parts were dye-penetrant inspected. There was no cracks anywhere in the engine. We know that. Professionally rebuilt by guys that build racing engines for NASCAR. And so it has, well, pistons by Diamond Racing and I don't know, the whole 9 yards inside.
So it's a race engine.
A lot of ceramic parts inside.
So you said you had it broken on a dyno. How much power is it putting out?
It puts out right at 300 horsepower and right at 300 foot-pounds of torque.
And how much did the original one put out, you know?
180 horsepower.
So you basically doubled it.
We doubled the, almost.
Yeah.
Not quite.
So that's a lot of love to bestow on a car that's not very...
It is not worth anything, and that is true.
I didn't say not worth anything.
No,
I was going to say not loved by a lot of enthusiasts.
It is not loved. Although the Japanese, it turns out, there's a market in Japan for these.
Yeah.
And in Europe, actually, they're coming back. Once you got rid of the original 3 or 4 years of the build, and they finally figured out how to do it and do it right, they're actually not bad cars.
They built them for a long time. I think 81 through 93, I think.
81 through 93.
Yeah. That's a long time. They would have gotten it right by 93, you think?
Well, you know, originally, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And originally, the factory was in bankruptcy, and they were scrambling to try and stay alive. And I have to give them credit for doing what they could with what they had to work with.
So you used to be a Porsche guy,
yep,
right?
Porsche.
And now you're an Italian Maserati guy.
A Jag.
Yeah.
And then now a Maserati for the last 25 years.
You've gone from like most reliable.
That's right.
to the least
reliable. That's absolutely correct.
What's your favorite part of this car? 25 years to have a car is a long time. What keeps it in your garage?
That's a really good question. Probably my wife's love of the car.
Well, you know, there is no better reason than that. And you said she bought it for you, right?
She bought it for me as a gift, and she helped in the conversion to the,
'the,
hot rod version that it is now. attended all the dyno tests and all the thinking of what we decided to change in the car, as well as the looks of the outside. And so it's just kind of a toy for the both of us.